Ooh, see if can everybody hear me? Cause my mic was not on, and I thought it was. I was talking the whole time. Okay, boom. Straight enough. All right. Let me turn on this fan. Ooh, cause it's hot. All right, so we're gonna get to this row. Got everything lined up. Now my flaxseed gel, I keep this in the fridge to make sure it stays fresh until I'm done retying all of my locks. This is how it stays good the whole time. Put it right in the fridge. And I actually put some mint in this one. So it kind of gives my scalp a nice tingling feeling. I find it very refreshing. So let's pull this down to see what we're working with. Yeah. Y'all see it? There we go. Okay. Boom. Let's get that duck clip and clip it up at the tops. Okay, boom. Hey, Cassandra. Hi, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I just started. I had to get in my groove because I just came back from the gym. Okay. Let's get to it. If that gel gets on the other sides of your hair, it's fine. Just blend it in because it feels really nice. I'm telling you. So twist. Go ahead and get our tool. And let's get to it. 1, 2, 3, and oh, almost interlock 2 together. Got to be careful. 4. Let's wrap that around. My camera is like being weird. All right, there we go. I'm gonna lean back. That kind of makes it look better. Y'all can see it better probably that way. Don't really have to do much with the parting. Clipped. And Cassandra says, actually, hold on one second. I want to start putting y'all's comments up on the broadcast. So let me see if I can do that. Let me put you up, Cassandra. I'm testing stuff out. This is my first time. So let me see. Add to broadcast. Ah, it worked. We looking official. All right. I like this. All right. Cassandra says, I'm considering starting mine, but seriously nervous about it. What are you nervous about, Cassandra? Is it the commitment? Because I can understand if so. I think that's normal for sure. But what exactly is it? That's what whenever y'all comment, I'm going to bring y'all up. That's what I'm going to do. This chat is a community chat. So I'm going to bring y'all up. I was a little nervous at first too because I just, was so used to having loose natural hair and doing things like wigs or braids or, that sort of stuff. Look, I'm stuck. If you're wondering what I'm doing. Oh boy. This is one of the things to be nervous about here, Cassandra. You're seeing it in real time. Boom. Because we don't want no knots. But yes, when I had loose natural hair and I was considering getting locks, I was definitely nervous. It was more so about I don't know how it was going to turn out and things of that sort. But I don't really switch up my hair a lot. So I know for people who like to switch up their hair, they may not want to get locks, but I find that it's still very versatile. I've seen people get braids and all sorts of stuff. So you can still do a lot with it. Braids, wigs. I mean, you can't do like sew-ins with leave outs or anything like that, but you can still do a lot. Let's see here. We're going to move on to the next one. I'm so glad I didn't tie my hair in a knot just now, because that would have made me so mad. I'm just glad I figured out how to pull up the comments, because I'm usually trying to respond to the comments and I'm reading them, but I like this a lot better. So now y'all can see what everyone is saying. Let me pull you. Hold on. Let me see. Not necessarily the commitment, but damaging your hair. Damaging it how? Because it's gonna lock up. Oh yeah, it's gonna lock up for sure. Do you mean damaging, like, are you planning on like dyeing it? I think that would probably be the one way to really mess it up, in my opinion. Because most of the time when I see people get locks, it seems like their hair is getting healthier, in my opinion. And for me, I've even felt like my hair has got healthier since I've got locks. And I already had really healthy hair. Like if you go really, really far back, like 2 years ago, on my channel is only 2 years old almost. But if you go back, I had some really healthy hair, but it wasn't as nearly, in my opinion, as healthy and full and luxurious as it is now. So let me know, what is it? What do you mean by damaging? Oh, Linda, you made it. She says she's able to catch part 3. Yeah. And we put you up there. I just realized how to put the comments on the screen because y'all know I'm new to this. Linda also says, hey, everyone. Kicking It with Misha says, hey, hun, look how thick and healthy you're. Oh, let me put you up. Kicking It with Misha says, hey, hun, look how thick and healthy your locks look. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm in there. I'm getting there. It is really a blessing to watch the transformation over time. And I'm just blessed enough to be able to share it with you all so y'all can see. And y'all have been here during my whole lock journey. Like, we just family at this point. We are just family. Lena A says, hey, y'all, made it back. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Didn't you miss like the last, like you came in at the very end of the last one, right? You made it. I tried to look, y'all. I wanted to be on at like 1. I don't know why I said that. I don't know. I looked at the clock. I was like, why did I tell them 1? Because I knew I needed to get a good workout in. Knew I wasn't doing legs, but I just needed enough time to get out the house in Woosah. And I was on the phone with my mom, and I was like, let me push it to about 3:45. And y'all, I was in traffic trying to rush back. I literally just got out the shower to hop on this live to talk with y'all and to get this hair done. I said, I can't have my people waiting. Let me see. Miss Carolyn is back too. Hey, how you doing? I'm so glad to have you back. Miss Carolyn is so supportive. She's always so supportive on my videos. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all that hop on here and that support the channel, support me. Even if you're just watching and you don't comment, I really do appreciate it. Y'all don't even know. Let me see. Cassandra, I'm about to bring you up. Oh, I skipped you, Teresa. Don't worry. I'm going to bring you back. Cassandra says, I'm reading the naughty truth and trying to make sure I know. Okay, I need to read it from the screen. Trying to make sure I know what I'm doing. I have a lot of hair that is definitely 4C. I don't dye my hair, only rinse to hide the gray. Okay. I don't think you're going to get no damage though, Cassandra. Are you thinking to do it yourself or are you thinking to get a loctician? I would say if you're worried about doing it yourself, definitely, maybe go see a loctician so they can give you some advice. But I really don't think your hair is going to get damaged from locks. I don't think so. If anything, I think you'll notice your hair getting or appearing more healthy. That's what I think. Let me see. Lena says I sure did. Okay, I was making sure. Yep, I thought you did miss the last part, but you made it. Okay, so Carolyn says it's 2 p.m. in California right now. Really? Huh? I didn't know. It's 3. Well, actually, no. It's 4 here. So I didn't know it's 2 o'clock in Cali. Let me see. Oh, let me not get tie a knot. Okay, I'm on 2. Remember, I'm on 2, y'all. Remember the number I just said so I don't go in the wrong side twice. Shanice says, hey, everyone, clicked on as soon as I saw the notification. I appreciate you for coming back. Yeah. Diamond Doll says, hey, everyone. Diamond Doll, have we talked? Hi, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the family. Nice to have you here. Cassandra says, yes, do it myself. Well, you know what? You're going to save some money doing it yourself. That's for sure. Y'all, what number was I on? Because I already forgot. Did I go up? Did I go to the side? I couldn't have went up because I don't feel the split. Cassandra, Carolyn. Okay, who's up next? Carolyn's next. Carolyn says yes. Cassandra says it's 4 p.m. in Alabama. Yeah, that's the same time I'm dealing with here. And I know y'all wasn't probably paying attention to me counting either. We was all in here focused on the chat. So if I got a hole in my lock, it is what it is. It's 5 p.m. in Atlanta. Y'all, I swear I don't be knowing what time it is in anybody's time zones. I thought, well, hold on. 2. Is 2 where you at, Teresa? Because it's 4 here. So y'all let me know. Does everybody in the chat have locks? I am curious. I know most of y'all do. I talk to most of y'all frequently. Linda says, I did my first retie on my crown last month. Took me 3 days. Worked on my head 5 hours each day. My hands were sore, ladies, but it was worth it. You know what? But you're certified now, Linda. You did it. I'm proud of you. See, I always tell people, you can do it, but your hands and your arms, woo, they gonna test your patience. You're gonna have to take breaks. And you did exactly the right thing. Do a little bit each day until it's done. And it's definitely worth it. Diamond Doll says, no, it's my first time here live, but I watched your videos before. Okay, this is you know what? You're actually not late to any party because I am new to live streaming. I just figured out how to do it and I'm testing the waters out. So this is all new to all of us here on this channel, but I like this because I get to engage with you all and I just realized how to pull up the comments. So I kind of feel like that's a lot more fun. So everyone can see what's going on in the chat. And in the replay, it'll show what we were talking about, which is really cool. And I like the way that it has everybody's names on there too. It just looks really nice, in my opinion. Let me see what else. Diamond Doll says it's 5 p.m. here in Ohio. Okay, Ohio in the house. Jerry says, hi, everyone. It's 5 p.m. Dang, y'all are really in the chat. Linda says 5 p.m. in Miami. Cassandra says loose natural hair. What are we talking about, Cassandra? What are we talking about when you said loose natural hair? Teresa says no locks. Did you really? Were you interested in them? Is that what was going on? I thought for sure you either had locks or you were getting locks. Jerry says, yes, she has 577 locks. Ooh. Jerry, you have a lot of locks. I was just talking about people that have the amount of locks as you earlier. That is a lot. How do you do it? I'm genuinely curious. Linda says, thanks, boo. Been binge watching. Oh, let me pull you up, Linda. Been binge watching your videos. So thank you for the motivation, hun. No, thank you. Y'all motivate me too. This is not a one-way street here. So I appreciate all the love and support. But I wouldn't really have, well, I could just do this for myself, but I find it very fun to engage with people who have similar interests as me, like hair and whatever things I discover. You can always learn something from somebody. I learn a lot from people in my comments. I'll be like, really? I'm interested in these 77 of 77 577 locks, Jerry. We got to have a talk because that is a lot of locks. Adna says she has locks. Okay. Yeah, because I remember when you first started, we were talking in my comments. That was a while ago too. Diamond says, I have locks, new DIY microlocks installed end of last year. Okay, so you're new. So how are you liking your lock journey so far? Has it been everything you thought, or was it any roller coasters? I know mine was a roller coaster in the beginning. Goodness gracious. I thought it was going to be one way. And that's the thing about your lock journey. You really don't know what the heck is going to happen. You don't know how your hair is going to turn out or anything. Let me see. Who was I on? Diamond. She installed last year. Okay, Adna says, that's fabulous, Linda. It does make it go faster. I'm hoping it gets much faster. What y'all talking about? Did I miss something? What y'all talking about? Linda says, Jerry, you asked if everyone had locks. Am I behind in the chat? Because y'all are really in the chat. Carolyn says, I started watching you when it looks like you have similar texture as mine. I also watched you when you had alopecia and growing your hair back. Okay, so you was watching for a while then. You're like OG subscriber. Even though, y'all, my channel isn't even 2 years old yet. It'll be 2 years, I think, on the 12th of March. So, yeah. Can y'all believe that? But yeah, that was like my first, actually, was that my first video? I think that was my first video on YouTube, or my second. I can't remember. Adna says, and hi everyone. Teresa, no, my hair isn't long enough. Wait, hold on. Your hair isn't long. You have a shortcut right now, Teresa? Is that what's going on? Let me see. Not Adna. Linda says, thanks, Adna, hun. I hope so. Shanice says she's newly tongue twisters. Newly locked, and you started yours in November. Okay. So you're like new. Who child almost 600. How do you do your own retie? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, Jerry is back in the chat. Let me see what she said. It will be a year on March 25th. Dang. Who is your loctician and where are you at? Jerry Jerry must go to a loctician. That's a lot. I have 320 microlocs. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out who the loctician is. Shanice says, newly locked too. Started mine in November. It's truly been a journey. That's what Jerry says. I bet with that many. Congrats on all the newly locked. Y'all are in the chat. Cassandra says, yes, I watched you start your microlock or start your journey. You watched me? Mine? Really? Then you are OG too. Carolyn says, I think it was your first video. I think it was my first video when I was talking about my alopecia. I think it was. And Teresa says it's natural, maybe 4 inches long. Yeah, 4 inches might be enough though, Teresa. I don't know. 4 inches? When people do like sister locks, what is the amount that I think it's like 4 inches, right? I don't know. You might be, do you want to get them though, Teresa? Or are you still thinking about it? One thing I've always wanted to have like a short cut, but I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared of that. If I ever like don't have my locks anymore, I'd probably opt for like a little pixie and see how I like it. Ooh, we looking good, y'all. Let me see. I have okay, kicking it with Misha says, I have DIY microlocks and I'm coming up on my year in April. Yeah. It seems like a lot of people coming up on their anniversary soon. So it seems a lot of people started either at the end of the year or during the spring months. That's what I'm noticing. Carolyn says four. Oh, did I put Carolyn up? Okay. Carolyn says 4 inches for sister locks. Yeah, that's you right there, Teresa. Then 4 inches. Yeah, you about there. Y'all, we already did a row. Can y'all believe that? That didn't take no time. Okay, this is the weird spot in my head. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one. Cassandra said, natural have 14 inches of loose hair. Wait, is that how much you have? Cassandra, you got some long hair. Teresa says, I can't lock my own hair. It's too much for me. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Because if I didn't have the patience and I was, well, you know what? I actually had the money to pay somebody, but you know what? I'm just cheap, y'all. I was too cheap and I couldn't see myself paying anyone $1,000, 500. I was just at the house and I said, let me just do it myself. It was on a whim. It was on a whim and I saved a lot of money. And you pick up a new skill doing it yourself. But when I tell you it tests you, it really, really, really does test you. Let me see. Ready for Change says, you okay, somebody else popped up. You have alopecia too. What areas of your hair is thinning? Your hair is so full. Yes, I do have alopecia. Yep, I sure do. That was the first, I think who said that earlier? Miss Carolyn, was that you that said that was my first video? I believe that was my first video on YouTube. It was either that or me doing like 2-strand twists on my loose natural hair about 2 years ago. That was my first YouTube video. I went on a whim and I wanted to just be vulnerable and tell everyone that I had alopecia. And I really didn't care who was listening. I just wanted to share with people because I felt like people be on the internet acting like they're perfect and like we all don't have things that we're battling. And I just wanted to tell people, hey, I'm battling this. And if you are too, it's okay. You're still beautiful. You're no less than anybody else. And I shared it because most people can't tell that I have it, but I do. And it caused me a lot of pain for some time. I can show you now that I finished this row. Oh, actually, let me finish this last lock and I'll show you my spots in the back because I showed them yesterday. Shanice says 4 inches is enough. It can lock faster and will save you money if you get sister locks / microlocks done by a professional, right? And it will be cheaper too because a lot of these locticians they go by how long your hair is. Especially like for I think it's for sister locks, right? Well, even if it's not for sister locks, a lot of these locticians are going to go off of how much hair you got. So the less hair you got, the better it is going to be for your pockets. And if you wanted to do it yourself, it probably wouldn't be that bad, to be honest. You're going to be sitting down for a little bit, but if it was me and I had 4 inches of hair, I might have made my locks smaller, to be honest, but I probably would have ended up regretting it later because even doing this much hair, it is a lot. Let me see who is up right now. Shanice is up. So we have Adna says shorter hair is good enough to start because you won't see it as much. You won't see as much shrinkage. Mine was longer when I started, and 1 year later, it's about half as long with locks. Really? So you guys, when you have shorter hair, you see the length a lot faster. I feel like it was backwards for me. I had a moment where I had a whole bunch of shrinkage and I felt like my locks kind of shrinked up to my ears. Mind you, my hair blown out mid back. And I cut my hair. Well, actually, my husband cut my hair right before I got my microlocs. And it was still mid back. But as soon as, I hit that water, my hair started shrinking up and kind of, I guess, locking. The length went away. I had like a bob type thing going on. It was different. It was cute though. But I had to get used to having like shorter hair. But I liked it. I really did. Let me see. Who else we got here? Oh, we got a lot. Jerry says, I'm in Atlanta. My daughter started my locks, but I will DIY my hair tomorrow for the first time. I've been to a few. I'm thinking you said something else. You've been to a few what? I've been to a few what? Locticians? What are we talking about, Jerry? Diamond says, I have been loving my locks so far. The back and the crown of my head is interlocked. In the front, I installed braids. I hope that makes sense. So, two different methods. Oh, okay. So, let me reread it. The back and the crown of my head is interlocked. And in the front, I installed braids. So, you did micro braids in the front. And then did you do two strand twists in the back? Or are you saying you braid it like here and then you twist it down? Is that what you're saying? I think I get what you're saying. And Carolyn says, I'm so glad you spoke on alopecia because I also need to grow my hair back from my issue from thyroids. Yes. Yeah, it's a common thing, Carolyn. It really is. Like a lot of people battle hair loss. So I just think it's not really talked about a lot. But yeah, it is a struggle. I hope that you are able to get your thyroid issue under control. I actually had a thyroid issue when I was in Germany and I was on what was I on? They gave me something for that and then it ended up kind of healing itself over some time and now I don't have a thyroid issue anymore. But Jerry said locticians. Okay, so you went to a few different locticians. Jerry, tell us, please, was it hard for you to find a loctician? Because with 506, you said 566, right? With that many locks, we must know, was the journey to finding a loctician hard? Because I just would think it would be so difficult. Cause whoo, woo, the upcharge. I just be thinking, they upcharging you? Like, how does it work? I'm just curious. Carolyn says I started with 12 inches of hair. Oh, you had hang time. And once I washed it, it shrank up. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Teresa says, how often do you have to retie? I retie personally every 2 months because I don't like retying my hair. As y'all can see, I do not like retying my hair. Let me see. Oh, for who was asking about my alopecia, let me show it real quick. I'm gonna get back to the comments in a second, but here it is before I start my new row. So this was actually bigger. This is my alopecia spot. Can y'all see that good? Let me lean back. There we go. So it's bald. I excuse me. I actually just combined this lock right here because I think with the thinning that I have, it's about time to go ahead and combine this so it looks a bit fuller. So I'm gonna interlock that lock, but that's the spot. And I have another spot over here which is also filling in quite nicely. It used to be a big circle, which is still kind of a circle, but it was a bigger circle and it was like down here. So it started filling in some, and as you can see, I was able to kind of start feeding in a little bit of hair because it started growing back. So that's that one. Also, if you go back and look at my alopecia video, I'm gonna just have to turn around to show you guys the front real quick before I start this next one. I had a bald spot right here. It was just all the way bald right here. So I didn't have any edges. Oops. Focus. There we go. So and then I also had like another bald spot right here, which is, you could still kind of see a little bit of the thinning. But when we retie this up, because I have like a little bit of hair that's right there, you really can't tell like that. You really can't tell. And it used to be like smooth. So even this being here to me is like, yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. So you gotta take what you get when you have alopecia. You start getting a little bit of peach fuzz. You get the peach fuzz and you celebrate. That's what you do. You celebrate because it's something. And I used to get injections for my alopecia spots from a dermatologist, and they were quite painful. I decided to stop treatments, and I kind of just went the natural route, and I don't do it anymore. So yes, let's see. Teresa says, oh, sorry, not Teresa. Jerry says, I started with 10 to 12 inches. Woo! Yeah, you had some hang time too. And you have a lot of locks. Mm. Yes, mine was on my shoulders when I did it. Now it's half as long. Looks like a 90s bob, salt and pepper style bob. That's a cute bob though. Yeah, I would like that. Salt and pepper, I have gray hair right in the front. Can y'all see? I'm about to be 31 March 19th. Anyway, I got gray hair. Is that it? I can't really see it because it's bright. Anyway, so I got my little, I hope it grows in like a strip because I just think that would be fire. But I was just saying to someone, I want all of my locks to turn gray. You know who I love with gray hair? Monique. Love her hair. Love it, love it, love it. I be telling people I want my hair to look like Monique's. I don't know if she dyes it like that, but it is so beautiful to me. Let me see. Carolyn says it's under control now. That's good, Carolyn. And I have to take medication for the rest of my life. But I'm still glad it's under control though. So that's the important thing. At least it's under control and y'all know how to go about going forward. Shanice says my hair was 14 inches long. Woo! After I got a few quotes, I made the decision to DIY. Yeah, you said 14 to 16. Woo! I'm enjoying myself because it is similar to how I wear my hair every day. Oh, okay. So how do you wear your hair? Do you do like updos, buns? Like what is your style? And I do like microlocs for that reason also. You can just be so versatile. You can do buns, all sorts of stuff. Y'all are really active in the chat. I should have been pulling y'all up. I didn't even know. Adna says I had hair loss and it helped me consider locks. It was from pulling my hair back, my temples were thinning. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, it'll do that when you give enough of that traction. Was it track? Well, I wouldn't say it's traction alopecia. It might just cause thinning sometimes. But I see that happen to a lot of people, like especially if you put your hair in a bun or something. When I was in the military, I probably got like, well, first off, me having to put my hair in them tight buns every day did not help with my alopecia. If anything, it probably made it worse because, I always tried to make sure everything was intact. I didn't want a hair out of place back then. But if I could go back, I would have just let my hair be frizzy and I wouldn't care what nobody thought. So let me see. Ready for Change says, oh wow, it's growing in really nicely. Thank you. If you go to my alopecia video and you look at the before and after, because I put up old pictures from like 2018 when I was in Germany, you will see it's a huge change. It's a huge, huge change in the bald spots. Shanice says, I remember your videos. I have a spot that was like that in the front because my hair was burned out years ago. My hair is growing in, I'm sorry, I'm reading the side. My hair is growing in since locking. Oh, your hair is growing in since locking. Okay, got you. When you say burned out, what do you mean? How is it burned out? Like, were you flat ironing it and then it kind of burnt out that way? But I'm glad that it is growing back. So that's good. Adna says growing in well. Thank you. I've been trying. I've been trying. Let me see. She also says, I'm watching you retie because I'm procrastinating. Didn't you say? Oh, I was about to say, didn't you say earlier you were working on yours? You can do yours at the same time while you got me on the speakerphone or something. Shanice says mostly in either a bun or a updo. Yeah, that's my style too. It's a lot. Just throw it up and go about your day. All right, y'all. We're gonna have to start a new row here. Okay, this looks pretty straight. Let me see. I'm gonna get back to the comments after I get this row straight. But we gotta make sure everything is in order. See here, I don't know what is going on. What is that? Okay, we gonna get to it. We gonna figure it out. We gonna get it together. Y'all comment in the comment section, and I'm gonna pull y'all up one by one after I get this row. Cause we gotta make sure we standing on business. Y'all, I'm only saying that phrase to be funny because so many people say standing on business after T.I.'s son made that viral video. Oh my gosh. I was so tired of people saying, I'm standing on business. Y'all ain't standing on a damn thing. I was so tired of people saying they were standing on something. You're not standing on anything. People just like to say stuff. Boy, I'm telling you, they were saying that phrase for everything. Somebody go to the dang grocery store, pick up some toilet paper. I'm standing on business. I'd be like, golly, we can't escape this. Okay, so we getting crispy. But not too bad, right? Yeah. Yeah, we ain't gotta do a lot right here. Okay, we just gonna pull it down. You see, this ain't too much work. This is why I haven't really been focused too much on the parting, but you see right here, we a little janky. I don't know. Why am I out of focus? That here, right there. That's out of place. Okay, that's a lot better. It ain't got to be perfect, but we just don't want. We want to be able to at least see the line next time we come back in. So that's why I'm trying to make sure. See, you see how that made a difference? It's the slightest thing, but we don't want to overdo it. We're not going to go in with the rest of the comb and do that to any of the rest because we can still generally see the line. So we can go ahead and clean this, just pin this up. And we're going to get right to it. Okay, I'm going to do a little separation here. So I have been washing my hair and I have not been popping my locks. So I'm going to do it now. So when y'all see me do each row, this is what you'll see me do. I'm just pulling it apart. So when I get to each of the locks, they're ready for me to start my retie. Okay, let's see what y'all talking about in the comments. Who we on last? We were on Shanice. Shanice, where are we at? Did I go too far up? Oh no, y'all are just in the chat. In the chat. I like when y'all are in the chat like this. This is fun. I like this. Jerry says, okay, Jerry. We've been waiting on you, Jerry. We want to know. We got questions. Yes, I was charged from 250 to 300 for retides. And it would have taken all day to be there into the wee hours, into the morning. Oh, not the wee hours. I could tell they didn't want me to come back. Oh, no. They were giving you that energy? No. Okay. So, okay, that's not including tip, I'm assuming. So this was just for your retie. Your retie was 250 to 300. Did you find a loctician who is okay with you coming though and that has good energy? Cuz it seems like they didn't want you to come back. Because is it because of the locks? Like the lock count? Is that what it was? Because this is what I was terrified of. Even though initially I was one of those people. I will bring myself to the front. I was one of them people that wanted 400 locks, 400, 500 locks. Because I was seeing people that had them and I just thought that's how much I needed to get the look I wanted. And couldn't have told me otherwise. And I really thought I had that much when I was finished and I didn't. But Man, is this how they doing y'all out here? 250? This a car note, Jerry. And you go how often? I am curious because I bet because your locks are smaller and you said you're like a year in, right? Initially, you probably had to go like every 4 weeks. So were they always charging you this much? We need an interview, Jerry. We need to know. We want to know. Ooh. Adna says mine is gray. Started going gray at 19. Wow, really? Stopped dyeing my hair at 30. Wow. So it all turned gray at what age? I would love some salt and pepper, like all the way. That's fire. You know, that reminds me of like Storm. Y'all know who Storm is? Yeah, that reminds me of Storm. Shanice says, before then, I used to have mini braids and micro twists. Yep, same. A cosmetologist actually burned my hair with the relaxer. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. That happened to a lot of people, and then like their hair around the edges, they had issues growing it back. Unfortunately, a lot of people, who got relaxers had that happen in that sort of experience, especially at younger ages, unbeknownst to them too, probably from their mom or their auntie perming their hair and leaving it on too long. I'm sorry that happened. Adna Boo, you should start now and you got this. Right, motivator. Cause we all gotta start somewhere. I started yesterday and you see how far I got. You got to start somewhere. Okay, let me do this lock and then I'm gonna get back to y'all in the comments because y'all got like a show going on in the comments. I didn't think y'all were gonna be active like that, but y'all are really in the chat today. I need to. Okay, so I was thinking about going live again tomorrow, but now that I know how to bring up the comments, I feel like this is gonna be a lot more fun because people can actually see what we're talking about. Okay, let me see. Diamond says, I'm loving this conversation. Thank you, Diamond. I'm glad that you're loving it. Because I am too. I didn't expect y'all to be in the chat today. Y'all are really showing out. Y'all are showing out in the chat. Uh man, oh, why you do that to me? No, I can't talk. I don't want to say your name wrong. I'm gonna call you M because I don't want to get it so wrong and go viral. She says, I have a lot of work traveling coming up. I'm about to slap this wig on and deal with the retie when I get back. I don't blame you. I really don't. Are you new? I've never seen this name before. Let me know in the chat. Are you new? Did you just subscribe? If you did, that's okay. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I really do. It's all love over here. Teresa says, not standing on business. I'm telling you, I'm so tired of people saying that. Jerry says, I've been watching some of your videos for a while. I wanted to learn how to retie myself. Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of videos up. You know what? I think there's been a few times where I didn't record me retying my hair. But for the most part, almost all of my reties, I put them up on YouTube because I always get questions on how. And even though I have videos up, I always kind of feel like each video I say something different that might be helpful. So I just put them up anyway. And, even if people see it, sometimes people just be watching it because they want to see somebody do hair. I don't know. I even watch some people retie their hair because I just like to watch how much patience they got. Not just be sitting there like, look at them. They got a superpower. Let me see. Jerry says, oh no. Linda says, Jerry all day. That's crazy. How often do you retie then? That's what I'm trying to figure out. 10 toes down. No, not that one too. People always say 10 toes down. Oh my goodness. We got to start coming up with some different stuff. Cause, oh my gosh. As soon as somebody go viral on a video, that's all you gonna hear for about 2 months. In everybody's commentary, they gonna be saying the same thing. Adna says, thank you, Linda. Started before Wait, I did 6 before I started watching. I'm gonna get back to it. Adna, just put the phone down and just put me on speaker, and then you can still just retie your hair and you can still be part of the conversation. Just put me in the background. That's what I do when I'm retying my hair. If I wasn't talking to y'all, I would be watching a podcast. That's how I make the time go by fast. Cause you gotta have something to distract you, or else you're gonna be sitting here counting how many locks you have left. You don't want to do that. It's enough to drive you crazy, really. Let me see. Adna with the laughing emoji. Linda says, Adna Hun, the best part, you go at your own pace. That's what I'm saying. Go at your own pace. Yep, that's the best part. I go at my own pace, but I'm about to put y'all on the side too, uh, so she can get back to her reside. Ain't nothing wrong with that. My bad. Man. Wait, like banana? Is that how you say it? Banana? Okay, I got you. Manana. Is that your real name? Or is it a nickname? That is an interesting name. But I can dig it. I like stuff that's different. Manana says, I be watching and not saying nothing. You know what? That's okay. Cause it's still all love. There is nothing wrong with that. I watch a lot of people and I don't say anything. If they go live or something, I might say something. But I do the same thing. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I'm glad that you in the chat because y'all got the chat popping today. Let me see. Linda says, okay, Adna, go do your thing. That's what I'm saying. I do watch. Oh, Adna says, I do watch to see the different techniques for reties. Yeah, me too. There's only like 4 though, right? Unless you're like retying. As far as I know. Adna says, people always say out here in these streets too. Oh, yeah. That is so annoying. Or we outside. That's the other one. We out. Oh, I'm outside. I'm really outside. How are y'all be saying you're outside but you're in the house? That's the part that gets me. People that say stuff like that. I'm really out. I'm outside. You are at your mother's house, sir. What are we talking about? Are we being serious? I know they probably don't mean it literally, but goodness. And why is it a good thing to be out there in these streets? Don't you got nothing else to do? You want to be out in the streets? I don't know. That's just what I think. Y'all, we've been on live for 50 minutes. I can't even believe that. Whew. Where did Jerry go? Because I was trying to see. I wanted to know, did they treat her good after those prices that she was telling us about? I had legit questions. I wanted to do an interview because I was invested in them 500 something locks. Shoot. Oh, there she go. Jerry, you back. Jerry says I have 4C hair and a big head. Well, not a big head. I hated sitting in the chair for a long time. My head would be in so much pain the next day. I would go every 6 weeks. Okay. So you go every 6 weeks. Why were you in pain though, Jerry? It's not supposed to hurt. Why did it? Was they doing it too tight? They was trying to get them last rotations in on you. That's what I think. They didn't want you to have no locks that was even a little bit loose. I'm scared to go to somebody that would over retighten my head too because as y'all can see my locks are not really tight. I leave a little wiggle room, just a little bit. But I do think if you do like a 2 to 3 point rotation, no, sorry, if you do a 2 point rotation specifically, you can get a lot more of those rotations in and get closer to the root. But if you're doing a 3 or a 4 and you want to end on south, like going downward, like how I end mine, it's always, in my opinion, not best to just keep going. You might have to stop just so you end the right way every time so you don't create them holes. So I just leave them a little loose sometimes. But why was your head hurting? Do you get a 2 or 3 point rotation too? Because it would make more sense if it's a 2 of why they might do that. That girl Renee says, I have microlocks too. Are you using a camera behind you? I have never had anyone else in my hair. I do my own as well. It's nice to have you here. I don't think we've ever spoke before. Hi. And yes, there is a camera behind me, right behind me. And I also have, as you can see here, there's my laptop. So I'm looking in the laptop and my camera is streaming to YouTube. So I'm able to see my locks, but this is actually not how I usually do my reties. I typically use my 360 mirror, but I am new to streaming and I'm trying out some new stuff. So this is actually part 3. Part 3 of me retying my microlocks live. Never did this before. Kind of just wanted to try it out, and I think I'm going to start doing this more often because this is kind of cool. I get to talk to y'all. Oh, I meant to bring you up. That girl Renee, let me bring you up. We showing everybody love. But yeah, that's how I'm doing it. It's a little challenging though because I'm going in and out of focus at times, but I'm making it work. That girl Renee says, I'm a quiet one too, sis. I always just observe. There's nothing wrong with that, y'all. Hey, as long as you show up for me and you show me any sort of love, you don't even got to come all the time. I appreciate even if you watched one video for 30 seconds. I really mean it. Because you don't got to do that. And I always try to show my gratitude for everybody that don't have to be here, that's here anyway. Let me see. Diamond says, I also hear that often that people experience pain after a retie. I wonder if the locticians be doing too much. They have to be because I don't know. I'm not in pain right now. It might be a little stiff if I retie too tight around the front, but typically I'm not in pain. Mm-mm. And let me give y'all a good hack, because I'm not gonna say I've never been in pain. I don't want to lie, because I have. I've retied some locks too tight before. What you do is you either get you something with some eucalyptus in it, that's like that minty feel, or something with mint, or you get you something like this, like some rose water, and you spray the root. Just spray it. I even do it if I retie a lock too tight in the process of me retightening. I spray it right after. It usually loosens it up. Because what you may notice is if you go to the gym or something, or you work out right after you get your hair retied, it'll loosen up even the next day. So, and it's not going to be like unraveling loose, like how if you had a retie, I mean not retie, a retwist. It's not going to be like that, but it's going to be a little bit looser. So just get a little bit of some moisture, and you're going to be just fine. But retying your locks too tight, I think we all have been there. I know I've done it a few times. Let me see. Adna says, I need to do that setup with the camera. The mirror on the back of the door isn't working for me anymore. Yeah, if you got a camera, I say go for it. I seen somebody do it on a TV too. I don't know how they did that. I'm still getting new to all of this, how you can do things with technology stuff. And it take a lot of research, but it's handy for the back for sure. So if I can do this, I know y'all can. All you got to do is connect your camera to your laptop if you have a laptop. And if you got like a good camera, you can even do it with your iPhone or something. Just look right in the back of your head or put it up on the TV. Just use that USB cable or the HDMI. And then you in there. You'll be in there. Y'all, we getting far. I didn't even think I was going to be this far ahead right now. So hopefully tomorrow we don't have too much to do. Yeah. Okay. We looking crispy, all right? Shanice says, sometimes they blah, blah, blah. Sometimes they retie too tight. That was a tongue twister. They also force locks through when they have fat ends or stuck. Yes. Yep. Yep. I understand. Because you still got to get the rotation in. But, and that's another reason why I don't want to go to a loctician. Because a lot of them, if you have different size locks, you might be one of them complicated clients that they don't want. When I say you, I mean me, because I'm one of them people. I have, like, as you can see, some, let me see, can y'all see that? Some locks with some fatter ends, or they're a bit thicker. And like these type of locks right here in the middle of my head are thicker than some of the other ones. So you might have to do a little bit of pull just to even get them in. And as y'all seen earlier, sometimes they get stuck. And people don't want to deal with that. I don't want nobody being rough with my head either, because it does hurt when you pull them too tight, but when you're doing it yourself, you kind of know your limits. Other people don't know how tender-headed you are, what your pain level is, and they might just be going too hard. And I don't want nobody ripping my hair out because they're impatient. Because I'm actually really gentle with my hair. I take my time. Even when I'm frustrated, take my time. Bloop. We getting pretty far too. Let me see. Shanice says, yours are the same. Okay. You know, and I think it's a common thing. Did you start with thicker locks or were they thinner? Because I know for me, when I started out, my locks were not this thick. It was not even intended to be this thick. I don't even know how this happened, to be honest. But I'm not mad. I love my locks. But I thought they were going to be smaller. They sure thickened up over time, I'm telling you. When I looked at my old uh, pictures and videos of my locks, now I'm like, man, they were scrawny looking. I thought they were full back then, to be totally honest. And I was always confident and loved the way that they looked. Still looking back, but there is a huge difference in how full they look now versus then. I'm telling you. Let me see. Jerry says, get a 3-point retie. Wait, you saying you get a 3-point retie? And yes, they will force another rotation. So the next day I would be in a lot of pain. Oh, see why? Like force it past it already being tight? Oh, I wouldn't like that. But I mean, your hair would last longer. But at the same time, I'm like, it's not necessary. Is it? I don't know. I think they're able to probably get away with doing that to yours though, Jerry, because you have 500 locks. You almost have 600 locks. So for you, it's a lot different. For people like, cause I assume your locks can't be like thick. They or are they thick? Maybe they can be. I don't know. When I say thick, I mean like, are they like, you see how some of these are like, they're thick. But they're tiny up here, but they're thick down there. So are some of yours like that? Let me see who we have. Shanice says, mine are not that thick either, but I noticed the back and sides look completely different, and I'm not even fully locked. Yeah, they gonna look different. And you probably have the same sort of thing I do. You probably have two different curl patterns in your hair, don't you? Mm. Or you have like a, or it could have just been how your locks were made. But I know for sure for mine, my curl pattern in the back is more coarse. In the front, I have a looser curl pattern. So the back is like pretty much locked. But the front, I still have some areas that like I have no unraveling. But if you look in the front, you can tell like whose head is that even. See, yep, Shanice, I knew it. I knew it. I can clock it from a mile away. I have the same exact thing. Let me pull you up. Hold on. Because y'all probably like, what are we talking about? Jerry's locks must be small, like sister lock. That's what I'm saying. Cause Shanice says, "Yep, yep, I knew it." Sorry, I meant to say small like sister locks. Yeah, cause I find people with like smaller locks, they usually try to force those people to get more rotations in. But if you got somebody like me in your chair, you not getting that rotation in. My hair is not going to even let you do it. You're gonna probably end up tying a knot in my head because I do it all the time, trying to get a last one in. Let me see. Jerry says I also don't like the tool they was using. It looks like a pencil. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. And it kind of has a hook in it, and it would force it through the new growth. Ooh. I've seen people use those. I was always curious if that was like how people felt with it going through. So it's not an easy glide, Jerry? Huh. It's interesting they would use that for like, do you have sister locks, Jerry, or you have microlocs? Did we talk about that? I know whatever you have, your locks must be on the smaller side. But what are they? Hmm. I wonder why they wouldn't use something like this. Somebody was asking me about my interlocking tool earlier. So this is what focus. There it is. This is what it looks like. And this is the tip. And I got a few of those. So this is good for my size lock. And I've been using this same one since I started. To be also when I started, I actually used this thing. It was a blue tool that I sharpened myself actually. And sometimes when my locks get stuck, I go back and I get that tool to get that last rotation in because it's way smaller than this tool. But I actually made it by hand. I had to sharpen it. Let me see. That's a little loose. That's a little loose. Let me pull y'all up. Oh, I already got you, Jerry. Let me see. It's that new lock tool, but that tool is thick though. I've seen people using it. I've seen a lot of locticians using it. They be speeding through people's hair with that tool too. I don't have one. I don't even know how I would use it, to be honest. Cause it looks like they're just like attaching the hair as it comes out. I'm not sure if that's best for people who are DIYing, but I don't know. Cause I ain't got time to be trying to grab the lock and put it back through the thing. My lock needs to just be secure the whole time till I'm finished. Let me see. Linda says that tool you're using, Simone, is the best tool to me, right? That's what I'm saying. Shanice, I'm sorry, I skipped you. Let me go back. Shanice says there are a bunch of locticians having that conversation. What they talking about? Which tool is better, Shanice? Or which one they like better? I don't never know what the loctician's talking about because I ain't never been to one. But what they talking about? Put me on. Let me know. I don't know not one loctician. Let's see. We almost done with this row too, y'all. Carolyn says, Sister Locks consultants only use the Sister Lock tools. My reties never help. What you mean your reties never help? You don't like your reties? Is that what you're saying? And what tool do they use? I forgot. I know that they have a specific tool. I think I've seen it. I can't even remember. And that's the other thing. I ain't even gonna. I'm gonna get on it. I was not gonna get on it, but I'm gonna get on it anyway. A lot of people be saying they have sister locks, and they don't be having sister locks. They be getting got by these people online saying that they do sister locks, and the whole time, the minute I see a 2-strand twist pattern in somebody's head, and they saying they paid $2,000, $3,000 for some sister locks, and then they start arguing with people in the comments, I be feeling really bad. I'm like, you don't even know that if you had real sister locks, you wouldn't have two-strand twist in your head. And it's not an opinion, when people say that, it's an actual fact. But a lot of these people out here are so money hungry, they take advantage of the people who just don't know better. And it's really sad, because if you're gonna pay sister lock prices, I'm like, get the real thing. Even though I think you can get a nice set of microlocs for cheaper or whatever the case may be, that's my personal opinion. But if you think you want sister locks and that's what you intended to get, I hate to see people getting gypped. And then they have two-strand twists in their head. They don't know the difference. Let me see. Where was I at? Oh, there we go. Never hurt. Oh, you saying your reties never hurt. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, they must be doing it too tight. Because what else could it be? My reties don't hurt. So I think they just doing hers too tight, because she probably has smaller locks. And you know what I'm also thinking? Are they doing that because they're mad that you came there with all that hair? Because you never answered my question. What is the energy like that they give you, Jerry, if you're still here? What is the energy like when you go? Are they already mad before you get in the door because they know you coming in there with almost 600 locks? Whew. Because I just know some of these people that do hair, they just be having an attitude. Before you even get in there good, they probably already huffing and puffing, ain't they? Ooh wee. Shanice says the tools, the lock sizes, and the force rotations. That's what they arguing about, Shanice? The tools, the lock sizes. Well, what about the lock sizes they're arguing about? There ain't really much to argue about that about. But the tools, I could see that. Force rotations, I don't think people should be forcing. Okay, I ain't even gonna say that because y'all see me on this live force some rotations, but I really truly felt like I needed that because it was loose. But I don't force a rotation if it's already tight. I only do that when I think it's too loose. But if they're forcing rotations and they're already tight, nah. Nope. Let me see. Jerry says, I have microlocs, but they look like sister locks. Okay. And that would make sense because you have so many, Jerry. You have a lot of locks. Whew. It's like a latch hook. If you have ever done any crafting, I have one, but it is not useful for DIYs. Are you talking about what the locticians are using, like that pencil thing? Because I think that's what we're talking about, and I think it is like a latch hook. Jerry says, my daughter started with what you are using, so I was surprised to see they were using a difference tool. Yeah. I think every loctician uses something different, but I just say use what is best for the client's head, because I know those pencil looking ones, I don't think my hair will work for that. Carolyn says, microlocs, some look so much like sister locks, right? Yeah, they really do. And yet some of these people also end up with holes, triangular parts and everything. Right. When you see triangular parts, that's another thing. You got a point, Shanice. When you start seeing certain parting, you already know that person didn't get what they actually paid for. And somebody did some false advertising to finesse somebody. I can't stand it. I can't stand seeing people get finessed. Because especially in today's times, and y'all know what I'm talking about when I say there was a wave. There was people rushing to do people's microlocks installs. They were rushing to get you in their seat. And then when it was time for people to get their reties, it was crickets. Because it was a money grab. It really was. People, even when I went to talk to the lady who asked me who was doing my retie, she was telling me, she was like, I'm telling my sister to learn how to do it, so because there's money in installing people's locks. And I'm like, yeah, but what about maintaining their locks? Because yeah, you can install somebody's locks, 2-strand twisted up, yeah, and charge them $2,000-$3,000. Okay, we know that's a money grab. You're gonna come up from that. But when it's time to do them reties, you're not really gonna want to help them out by giving them a retie for 160. No, you're gonna try to find somebody so you can so you can do a fresh install and get that $2,000. Like, it's just common sense. Would you do somebody's retie, or would you rather do a whole bunch of installs and you finna come up getting $1,000, $2,000? Some people was getting $3,000. It's just simple math. To me, it's business. So I think that's what we ended up running into, y'all. Wait, hold on. Shanice said, oh, hold on. We're on Ready for Change. Ready for Change. I had to tell someone that she is not doing sister locks on people's heads. She's actually doing microlocs. I had to explain to her the difference. Right. If you have to explain the difference, you already know they don't know what they're talking about. And it's really sad because these are the people advertising it and they don't know how crazy they sound to me. And they're doing a real injustice to people who want sister locks. But I also kind of feel like if that's what you're going for, you got to do your own research. You should know when you're about to get finessed, because where is the certificates at? Are you on the website? I also feel like you have to do due diligence, but I know a lot of people just don't know about, they just don't know about this. They don't know about the lifestyle and they don't understand the hair, the different types of hair. So that's why I do these videos. I like to put the education out. But I also don't have sister locks, so I can't really give that perspective, but I know enough to know when somebody's getting finessed and to call it out because it's wrong. Linda says, love it here. Love the vibe, queens. Yes, me too. I should have, where I went wrong? I didn't know how to pull y'all up. I should have been pulling y'all up before, but I didn't even know I could do that. Oh, y'all, I was over here playing with my hair. I was trying to show y'all what we're looking like right now. Can y'all see the hang time? I got to move my desk up a little bit because your girl is getting length. But look at me. Ooh. Okay, somebody also asked me earlier, do I retwist all the way, like with the flaxseed gel all the way down? No, because as you can see, it's frizzy. It's frizzy right here. All the way down is frizzy. I only do this part. I used to do the whole thing, and I used to be here for an extra 2 days because I was trying to secure all of these hairs. I don't even do it no more. I like the full fluffiness. I know a lot of people are like, how do I get rid of the frizz? I have a video up showing how I did it. But to be totally honest with you, and I got some lint in my hair. Get away from thee, Satan. Depart. What is that? Okay, so I don't do it anymore because I like the fluffiness. And I think that's how it stays full. But you can still see the parts, y'all. It's crispy. You see, we didn't overdo anything with the roots, and we still have some defined parts here. So you really don't have to do too much, but you do want to part across right. That's why I said, why do we even care about the intricate in the middles? Why do we care? Because you can't see it. Like, can you see this row down here if I didn't part? No, you can't. You can see if I put my hair in a half up, half down, though, the detail of my part, and it's straight enough. We have to care more about the health, less cutting, less pulling, even though you will have to do it sometimes. Like, I'm sure y'all have heard of a few cracks and pops because I have not been separating my hair when I've been doing my washes. But for the most part, I have not done any cutting. I have not done a whole bunch of pulling. And this is how we're going to keep the roots growing thick in with the rest of the lock. And y'all, another thing, when I do my ponytails, this is what y'all just seen me do. This is a regular thick scrunchie. I like these because the cotton ones, if you do them enough times, they start to kind of break your hair. So I like a satin lined scrunchie. Just do it one time. This is it. When I go out, that's what I do. One time. It don't need to be what we doing this for. This is extra pulling on the head, and now my head hurts. It looks cute. Yes, it's cute. But do we want edges? Do we want our hair to be like hurting our scalp? No, loosen it up. Loosen it up, let it be free. My head doesn't hurt when I do it that way. So let me get back to these comments. Wait, where were we at? Oh, y'all are in the chat. I love when y'all are in the chat. Y'all make it so fun. Shanice says some of them are not even consultants or trainees. As far as lock sizes, they are installing locks too small, and the weight is causing hair loss. They're installing too small? Really? Are they going for like the sister lock look? Cause really, what is too small to some people? Cause some people want that. They want a lot of locks, Shanice. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen people go back and say no, redo it because I wanted 400 or 500 locks. Cause that's what we see, and we think that's what we need. I'm saying we because I was one of them people, but I did my own, so I knew I wasn't going back. But I have heard people's stories like, no, I went back and I wanted more. I didn't get enough. So maybe that's why. But what is too small? How can it be too small? Teresa says, nice. Thank you. Diamond Doll says, it's looking good. I appreciate the love, y'all. Adna says, the sister lock technician I consulted with before I decided to do my own told me that her price was the same for either microlocks or sister locks. And I live in MD. How much was it? And that does make me wonder, why is it the same? And it might not be a bad thing. It could be that she's a sister lock consultant who also does microlocks, but she's just like, hey, I'm gonna do your microlocks like I do sister locks. I don't know. I've heard some people say that that's been their experience. So it does make me wonder. Or is it how she's doing it that's still going to cause the same? And she's saying, okay, if I do 2-strand twist or a 3-strand twist pattern, you're still going to get charged the same amount as if I did the sister lock kind of installation. Because they use an interweaving pattern all the way through from root to tip. So if it were me, to be totally honest, I would probably get the sister lock installation just because it's interlocked from root to tip. When you have microlocks and you get that 2-strand twist pattern, you do, risk unraveling and things of that sort. But when you get sister locks, I think that they don't have as much of a problem with that as people that get um, regular 2-strand twist or braids. Let me see. Where was I at? Come through hang time. Yeah. It's getting there. That's that water and eating right and collagen and a bunch of other things. Adna says, nice. Thank you. Carolyn says, I do mine once also and use the same once. Oh, you mean the ponytail? Yeah, if you have, because your hair gets thicker when you have locks. You don't even need to do all of that. And I do think that it's cute to do the double tie, but for what? Like it's still bouncy. It's still a ponytail, and it's still full. I don't want a headache. So yeah, the satin lined scrunchies, y'all. I'm telling you, they're great. Adna says, let me pull you up before I start this lock. 2,500 and it included the consultation and the first retie. Ooh, wait, for the install? 2,500. And how many inches was that? And okay, so it included the first retie. Okay, so the first retie, if it wasn't included, it might have been around 200, right? So, so the install, if my math is right, and the consultation would have been around 2,300. Hmm. So how did you feel about that? I don't think it's bad if that's what you want. I don't think anything is a bad price for somebody who is okay with the price, you know? But I do wonder, how long was the hair? And were they going by inches? Because I know a lot of consultants say, hey, every 2 inches extra you have, they're going to charge you. Let me see. Adna also says, I could not see going to her every 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, they would be taxing. They would be taxing. And you got to leave a nice tip so you can get good treatment when you come back. Shanice says, I have two. It can be according to your hair. If you have finer hair and you want 1,000, I almost threw up. 1,000 locks, you may not have that many strands in that lock. As it matures, the weight can cause a weak foundation. Hmm. Really? I don't know. I don't. You know what? Maybe I haven't seen anyone, to be honest with you, Shanice, with 1,000 locks that has not combined them. I've seen people say that they have 1,000 locks in videos, but I don't see them again. I don't see them. I don't be seeing these people after the installs. And I always kind of think to myself, have y'all disappeared because reality kicked in? Cause it be looking so cute, and yes, they'll get views. Yes, the algorithm is gonna push you out because everybody and their mom is like, how do you have so many locks? And we all are wondering the same thing: who is about to maintain it? And then I don't see these videos anymore. Y'all, I think I'm about to interlock this one too tight. This one right here, and I accidentally snagged it right there. Oh, I don't know if I should do it. It's not. Let me see. I don't want to take too big of a chance. Oh, okay. It got a fatter end to it. That's why I said that. Okay. There we go. But as you can see, y'all, I made a little bit of a mess up. So I might have to cut that out. You see right here. Oops. Right there. I'm going to have to cut that out, that little line, or I'm going to have to let it grow like that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might leave it for now because I don't really feel like dealing with it, and I don't know where my razor is. Adna says 250 per retie, not including the tip. Whoo! But you know what, Adna? When I talk about how long I be sitting in this dang chair, the more I say it, sometimes I'm like 250. Take my money. If you know how to do like locks good, take my money. If I can trust you, take my money. That's how I'm starting to feel. Yes, I am cheap, but some days I really don't feel like it. Y'all, I just broke my comb just is falling into pieces. I don't know if y'all can see that. But I've had this same raggedy comb my whole lock journey and I have not changed it. Why? Well, they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But my comb has been broke and I still won't fix it. So I just feel like it need to be a little bit more broke for me to for me to fix it. Not Adna. Linda says Adna. Oh no, baby, that's too much. Is it though? Is it? Because she ain't gotta do her hair herself. She's not sitting in the chair like doing all the things that like she's not having to do all of this, and she gets to sit and watch Netflix and drink water and eat and be pampered. I like to be pampered. That's what I'm starting to notice about myself. I like to be pampered. That's why I said I might have to say take my money. Because I realize now that I do enjoy other people doing things for me. And it's not that I am lazy, it's just sometimes I just want to chill. But I always feel like I got something to do. And when I see people get their hair retied, they just be looking so peaceful. Adna says my hair was 10 to 12 12 to 14 inches. Yeah, you had a lot of hair too, Adna. So I don't think that was bad because you said around 2,700, I think. I don't think that's too bad because you had a good amount of hair. Cassandra says, so what size is too small? A 1/4 or 1/8? I don't know because I didn't think there was a thing as too small because when you think about some of the people who have 500 locks, what is too small? I mean, because we know the sister lock consultants are going to have a certain metrics that they use and do, and I know there is a too small for them, but they also go off of like your test lock that they do, and they're looking at the density, and they're going off of a whole science over on that side. But I don't know as far as microlocks what too small would be. I don't know. I didn't know what was too small for me. I'll tell you that. I just kind of was like, I'm gonna make them this small, and that's what I did. But I didn't really think there was a too small. I don't think you can ever go too big, but I definitely have heard people say that the base of their hair was not being able to support the weight of the lock as it grows. But I honestly don't know how that is so. I'm not knowledgeable enough to speak on that aspect of why it would be too small. But it has something to do with gravity, I'm assuming. Let me see. Shanice says, you wouldn't see me again with 10, not 10,000, 1,000 locks. I'm telling you, maybe that's why we don't see them. Because they disappear into the abyss. I don't know where these women even come from with all these locks, but I'm telling you, I don't see them again. I don't know if they are doing it in their wigs or something. Be like, where was the girl with all these locks? I seen one girl that had micro oh, I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it anyway. I be having a thought. Y'all tell me in the comments, what do y'all think about microlock extensions? Is it cheating? I just want to know. Do y'all think it's cheating? I wasn't gonna say. I wasn't gonna even ask because it's taboo. That conversation is taboo, but I want to know. All right, I'll start. I'm gonna start. I feel like all right, if you get microlock extensions, I don't necessarily feel like it's cheating, but I feel like it's not the same experience as having microlocks and going through the journey. But you have a separate journey. And I always feel like this with anything in life. My journey in life is not your journey or the next person's. We all have different experiences and we all aren't meant to go on the same path, right? But I can't necessarily relate to somebody that has microlock extensions because that's not, a life that I live. It's not something that I experienced. But I think they're cute. But I always see people take them out. Over time, they end up taking them out because they say they started falling out or they weren't blending right. But I do want to know, what do y'all think? Are y'all against it? Do y'all absolutely despise it? Because I see a lot of people in the lock community say that they are not fans. I don't know. I don't necessarily think that it's bad. Let me see. Who was I on last? Adna says, I let her start and it was so tight. I told her I wasn't going back. Oh no. So I lost my deposit and I took out her 80 sister locks and went to YouTube University for a few months. Oh no. That's horrible. That is a horrible. I'm sorry you went through that, Adna. Golly. Not because she was doing it. Why didn't she just loosen it up when you was telling her it was too tight? Because I feel like you have to be open to, critique, especially when you're doing customer service, like installing somebody's locks. Let me see. Oh, sorry. I was trying to get to you, Linda. Shanice, that makes a lot of sense, hun. The size does matter. Yeah, I would think. I think so too. But I don't really understand it all the way, the ins and outs. Adna says, no, try to have it out. Wait, try try to back it out once it's dry. I have done that. What are you talking about? try to back it out once it's dry. I have done that. Were you talking about when my lock was like a little dry? What are you talking about, Atna? Ooh, we getting far, y'all. We are getting far. Let me see. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Ooh, I need to take a break and sip some water. I'm gonna wait till I'm done with this row. Adna says, yeah, I don't think it's cheating, but it's not the journey. I agree with you. Yeah, right. I think it's like to each their own. They be getting such hate in on a lot of platforms. And I'm just like, let these people be, y'all. Cause they can always cut out the extension too. I'm like, you can go from having lock extensions to having just your regular hair. You can just cut it out. Because a lot of people don't want to go the short route from the beginning, you know? But this one girl I seen, hers were beautiful. They were beautiful, but I think she ended up getting a lot of hate because people saw how beautiful it looked and it wasn't hers, but she was getting a lot of press because she had these beautiful locks. Like she was getting sponsorships and everything. And yeah, it would be nice for people that grow their own locks themselves to get that sort of recognition, but I kind of feel like, if it was your time, that would be happening to you. You can't necessarily hate on somebody because it's their season. I was happy for her and she was beautiful too. Beautiful locks. But I haven't really seen her content since. She had a lot of locks. She was one of them girls that probably had 500. She had hella locks. But they was gorgeous. And she could sing too. I can't remember what her name was. Y'all might know who I'm talking about. But she could sing. She had a beautiful, beautiful voice. Let me see. Let me see where we are. To each their... Oh, did I say that? Adna says to each their own. Yep, I agree with you, Adna. Shanice says, Linda, I didn't know much either, but I started coming across loctician videos and they had a few events with this discussion. I know I will be studying this a bit more. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Get that knowledge. Oops, I was trying to click Adna and somebody else commented. Talking about your snagged lock. Oh, well, I had to get it in there well, it was a little damp still because I had the flaxseed gel on there. So it wasn't that bad. So Shanice says there isn't anything wrong with lock extensions. I think it's beautiful to have the option. Right? I agree. I don't know. I think there's like this thing about people cheating in certain things and people are just like, "No, you didn't go through it." I'm like, everybody is not going to be made for this. We all live a different life. That's how I see it. But the people who are doing it with their own hair, I feel like you can't necessarily I don't know. I think you can get things from people who have microlocks and things of that sort, but their experience is totally different than ours. Like the unraveling be real in the beginning, a whole bunch of different things. They just don't have to worry about it. But you with your real hair, oh yes. You about to have a whole different environment. I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. Y'all, can we believe that we've been on this long? I almost can't believe it. Y'all, tell me what y'all eating for dinner because I'm getting hungry. I'm just curious. What are y'all eating for dinner? I had some pizza earlier and it was fire. But my husband told me it was like $15 and it was like 2 slices of pizza. And I was like, what in the world? I never heard of such. I should have took a picture. I'm still shocked that he got finessed like this at a pizza place. And someone recommended it to him. Kind of blamed them too. Boom. I noticed that the camera is starting to blur because my ponytail is getting big. So I gotta scoot back. Y'all ain't gonna know what to do when my locks get like halfway down my back. I might have to cut them because if they stay thick like this down my back, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be really hot. They already hot in the ponytail on my neck. But yeah, I might have to cut them. And y'all know I get scissor happy. Hold on. Did this? All right. I had to pop that. It was stuck. Not too shabby. All right. There we go. I was trying to get the camera to focus back. 1, 2, oop, 3, and 4. There we go. Y'all, we almost done with this row. And my ponytail is getting fuller. Linda says, you got pretty far with your crown, Simone, looking good. Thank you. See, we only got 3 more left in this row. And we're almost to the top. So this is like, the top is actually, to me, my more fun part. I'm actually thinking how I'm going to show you guys the front. Like, should I do half of it do half of it by myself and then come back and show you guys the other half? Because it's essentially the same, it's just showing you one side over the other. So I'm still thinking about how I'm gonna do it. But I know that I am gonna go live and show the front because it just makes sense. Which side though is the question, or should I do both? Because if I do both sides, I'm gonna probably be on another 4 hours total, probably more. And I do want to break it up. Because sometimes, honestly, I'm up retying my hair at 2 in the morning. But I'm not going live at 2 in the morning, y'all. I'm not doing that. I ain't going to be talking to nobody at 2 in the morning. Let me see. Adna says she's having leftover mac and cheese. Oh, that sounds good. And whatever veg is easy for dinner tonight. Yeah. You got to have a quick meal. I don't blame you. Some mac and cheese do sound good. Ooh. Is it homemade? I'm just curious. I love homemade mac and cheese. Linda says having leftover pasta. Yeah. What kind of pasta? What's your favorite pasta? Because I love me some chicken Alfredo. Whew. I make mine from scratch. It'd be bomb. It'd be so good. But I gotta watch the pastas because the carbs and stuff, they stick to me. When I was younger, I could just eat stuff like that all day. It didn't do nothing. But when I started getting in my late 20s, nope. Anything carbs, oh, it's gonna stick. Oh, yes. And it doesn't make it even better that I love pizza and pasta and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna ever cut it out my diet. I love it too much. But I just gotta be careful about how much I eat of certain things. Because I'm not 18 anymore. Let me see. Y'all, we on the last row right here. Or the last one. I don't even know if I parted it all the way over, but we made a lot of progress. Oops. I bumped the camera, y'all. Hold on. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. Did that put me back on? Oh, it's turning because the chair. I'm like, why is it turning? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to lean forward, I guess. I'm going to have faith with this one on the edge because I can't look in the mirror. So some of my microlocs, y'all, I just be feeling to see what I'm doing. I'm not able to do that with my whole head yet, but I try it every now and then, like right now, just feeling to see where I need to go in at. But I really don't like to do it like this. I'm just trying to capture it on camera. Oop. There we go. There we go. All right, let's look at what we got, y'all. Let's look at what we got. Ooh. Hold on, let me pull y'all up. Linda says, do half on camera and half off. That's what I was thinking, Linda. Because then I'll be able to do the home stretch and I'll probably be able to. Why does it go out of focus? As soon. There we go. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So then you guys can still see me do the front. But y'all have pretty much seen me do the whole back of my head, which I am actually shocked that this worked. And Adna says it's homemade, but it's vegan. Are you vegan, Adna? That's really good. Oh, you are vegan. So I am vegan. Chickpeas pasta. Oh, wait, I think I've heard of that. It's already like mixed together in the pasta, right? That sounds yummy. But yeah, y'all, this is what my hair is looking like right now. Y'all tell me what you think down below. Can y'all believe we did all of that together? Even though this is part 3, let's look at the parting. Let's get up close. Yeah. We in there. Look at the body in the fullness. Yeah, we did a great job. All right, y'all. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to come back as Linda said. I'm going to do half on camera because this is what we still have left. Let me show. This is a lot. It probably don't look like a lot, but y'all, it is. This is a lot. This is a lot. So I'm going to do half on, and I'm going to come back and do the other half for the home stretch so we can do it together, and then I can show y'all the finished product. I think that's a good idea. Thank you for the recommendation, Linda. That was a really good idea. So I too am going to go get me some food because I'm hungry. And so until the next one, y'all, I'll see y'all tomorrow, probably in the morning or in the afternoon, but I'll schedule it a little further in advance so y'all can know when I'm going live. If y'all want to hop in the chat, I'm going to pull y'all up just like I did today. And until then, y'all get some rest, get some good food. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.